saya telah menyerah surat peletakan jawatan sebagai Perdana Menteri ketujuh.
Spilling onto the streets of Douma over the weekend, a rebel-held district near the Syrian capital Damascus.
We have therefore made the assessment that COVID-19 can be characterized as a pandemic.
全市的公共交通、地铁、渡轮、长途客运、机场还有火车站都暂停。
50% rise in the number of people who died from COVID-19.
Dan untuk itu kerajaan memutuskan untuk melaksanakan perintah kawalan pergerakan. Tetapi jika saudara-saudari masih bergerak ke sana, ke sini, ke sana, ke sini,
It's not about me, it's about what we can do together as one.
Ku beri sepenuhnya ini negaraku, oh darahku, hiduplah sepenuhnya, dirgayu semua. Ini untuk kamu yang terima undi aku, trying to change the world, bagi dunia suara baru. Ini bukan negara aku, ini negara kita, buat je cara kita, buat je cara kita.
Aung San Suu Kyi even won a Nobel.
Aung San Suu Kyi was kept under house arrest by the brutal military dictatorship.
water can carry a ship. It can also sink a ship. Don't ever give up. Never lose hope.
News about the final moments of the helicopter flight that ended in tragedy for 9 people, including Kobe Bryant.
I pledge to be a president who seeks not to divide, but unify.
2020 Los Angeles Lakers.
Worried that TikTok's going to be banned in the United States.
The 2020 Summer Olympics, now the latest major sports cancellation caused by the global COVID-19 pandemic.
Diego Maradona has died. This news threw in the
Salam sejahtera once more Malaysia.
Salam sejahtera dan selamat kembali nonton The Unity Show. Wow, hari ni I macam extra energy sikit lah. But how are you, Elaine?
Slightly under the weather. Sebab KK has been really hot.
You boleh nampak Elaine macam sedikit slightly under the weather. Selalu dah selalu macam tu, mentang-mentang puasa tak puasa
No lah, but I think because I've been working non-stop juga kan, so I haven't been drinking enough water, so stay hydrated guys.
Yes, tapi kan lain sikit dari KL, Elaine, sebab hari tu KL hujan, lepas tu sekarang panas, tapi semalam macam hujan, so sekarang hujan dia ikut timing suka je. But yes,
suka je.
Elaine, you are right, please stay hydrated. Oh, and did you read about the recent news on what is happening in India?
Yeah, it's a bit worrying, and I'm also concerned for our people. A burger stall was sued for going over his operating hours. I think it was 50k kah? Betul kah ini?
Yes, bukan setakat burger stall ya, Elaine, stall rojak pun kena tak silap I. And yes, 50,000 juga tak silap rasanya.
That's too much, don't you think? I think people should really sympathize a little for these small businesses. I'm not saying that they can go over the operating hours, but 50,000 ringgit is a tad bit too much. Kan? But Also guys, reminder to all of you to follow the SOPs. Macam lama dah tak remind our viewers kan. When you're out in public, wash your hands frequently, wear your mask, sanitize, check in with My Sejahtera wherever you go. Mind your distance because the case numbers are still active. So kita kena jaga ourselves first before we can take care of other people, right? Follow all our social media pages down below juga. Download our app for free goodies. Our app gives you first-hand notifications on live shows and replays of past episodes. Also, a chance for you to browse around and purchase our Unity merchandises. Don't go away. We'll be right back. Wash your hands. I need to wash my hands first.
Oh. Selamat kembali ke segmen pertama untuk malam ini di Unity Show. Anda bersama saya Aini Suhaidi dan Elaine Audrey. Kita sudah pun memasuki minggu kedua di bulan puasa. Macam biasa akan tersasul sebab kita masih di bulan puasa kan Elaine?
Yes.
Dan ini bermaksud Hari Raya sudah hampir tiba. Tampil cantik menjelang raya sememangnya sesuatu yang tidak dapat dipisahkan. Jadi kita dengar dengan lebih lanjut dari seorang doktor yang berkelulusan dalam bidang medik dari University College Dublin. Beliau juga adalah founder of Idealist Clinic and Medispa. Sila beri tepukan untuk Dr Aidil Azry.
Hi, thank you very much. Hi, Clay. Hi, Aini.
Apa khabar, doktor?
Khabar baik, Alhamdulillah. Okay.
Selamat berpuasa.
Selamat berpuasa to all of you, to you Aini and Elaine. Selamat menjalani hari yang bagi ceria ketika bulan Ramadan.
Doktor di klinik ya sekarang?
Yes. Kat klinik now.
Oh, maknanya tiap-tiap hari memang doktor masuk kerja lah.
Every day nak buat macam mana, nak mencari sesuap nasi. Setelah.
Okey doktor, boleh doktor berkongsi dengan para penonton siapakah Dr Aidil dan apa itu Idealist Clinic and Medispa ni?
Alright, basically saya sebenarnya seorang esthetician ataupun estetik doktor, medical graduate yang mana saya menjurusi bidang beauty ataupun aesthetic medicine ni for the past 15 years. Okay, so Idealist Clinic diwujudkan pada tahun 2014 sebenarnya. Okay, walau bagaimanapun saya sendiri in practice of aesthetic medicine ni daripada 2007. So quite some time. So now kita ada dua branches of aesthetic clinic, Idealist Clinic, which is satu di Damansara Berada and another one in KL. And currently now I'm managing the KL branch lah.
Right. But doctor, what inspired you to become an aesthetic doctor? Aesthetician.
Aesthetic, why? Aesthetician, okay. Why? Because I guess one of the reason is I know myself. I love art. Okay, I love art. Last time I wish to become either architect or even any profession that is particularly subjective with art. Okay, with art. Tapi somehow my SPM, my matrix, my result is so good in biology, chemistry. So end up I dapat offer to do medic in Ireland. So then I proceed lah. So I proceed. Tapi the feeling of to involve art in my profession is still there, still strong. So that's why in beauty line in aesthetic medicine, I can merge the art element into human beauty. So like I can imagine somebody's face. I can suggest, okay, maybe you should have a little bit of higher nose there, pointed cheek there, something like that.
Wow, betul lah kalau ikutkan art, beauty is art, and they say.
Yeah.
It's art. Yes. Cool.
Okay, doktor.
Jadi kita blendkan the beauty and also invention.
Okay, doktor. Apakah rawatan estetik yang menjadi pilihan wanita masa kini?
Okay, currently yang paling famous sekali the services yang they request in my clinic, fillers, okay, and then thread lift, Korean thread lift, and then mesolipo is for double chin problem, and also body shaping or body slimming, which I call the treatment, the program is called Wonder Slim program. Another thing also for weight loss program is called HCG, weight loss program. These are the things yang paling famous. Another thing, they also want to do something yang to make their skin fairer. They want another also big request lah from customers.
Right.
Itu dari dulu sampai sekarang Kak Eileen, semua orang nak putih kalau ikutkan.
Kalau ikut betul.
Okay, nak slim. Yes.
But how do you maintain up-to-date knowledge on skincare trends or new products within the beauty industry, doctor?
Okay. Usually we will have so-called seminars for doctors, aesthetic doctors, given by foreign doctors. Example, the Korean doctors, and sometimes the European doctors. So I'll keep my knowledge up to date through these doctors, through these seminars. At the same time, there are also celebrity doctors in social media. I followed few of the famous doctors in the US, in Europe. So usually they will share their latest treatment, latest skills. So I learn from them, and then sometimes I mix together with my own skills, so that I create another new method. So that's how I do. Yeah.
Berapa banyak kali doktor kena selalu pergi macam seminar-seminar ni untuk up to date?
Macam currently now, because banyak through Zoom lah kan, webinar. So maybe in a month 2 or 3 times like that.
Oh, banyak juga ya?
Banyak, actually a lot. Cuma I pun quite busy with my clinic, so I have to select lah. Actually, it's very active in doing this webinar thing. Yeah.
Okay doktor, bila nak dekat raya ni, tentunya ramai pelanggan di Idealist dengan SOP sekarang. Berapa banyak pelanggan yang Idealist terima dan bagaimana doktor maintain time management tu?
Okay, in average lah, actually I allocate, because now especially Ramadan, kita pun tak buka in a longer period of time because nak balik, nak elak jam sebagainya, right? So kita buka from 9 to 4 PM, so about 8 hours. So during that 8 hours too, we managed to allocate around 10 to 12 customers a day lah, 10 to 12 customers. Because kita ada 4 rooms, so per hour kita boleh buka between 2 or 3 rooms sajalah at one go in 1 hour. And kebanyakan treatment ni it takes about 1 hour saja. Okay. So far memang trend daripada dulu lagi lah, since I started the business, especially 2 weeks before raya memang akan heavy. Heavy with all the appointments. Biasalah orang kita selalu suka last minute, right? Last minute. So memang tak cukup tanya lah, but alhamdulillah lah, now because we have to follow also SOP sebagainya, even we have a lot of requests, I have to allocate the particular time lah, so that jam inside the clinic, right?
But normally, because you mentioned appointments are a lot, especially now. But what sort of treatments do you offer, or like your patients would come to have?
Okay, currently we are running a promotion. It's called Idealist Jom Raya 2021.
Okay.
So there are about, I think, almost about 15 promotions, different various type of treatments. So one of it, like I mentioned just now, is for slimming. So as we know, towards Raya, everybody wants to, get new clothes, new attire. So they want to have a nice body shape. So what you call a slimming program will be one of the most favorite lah.
Right.
Then another thing is for what you call fillers, because they want to have something like pointed, we call V-shaped face, so pointed chin, a bit of
Sharper
higher
feature.
nose bridge.
Right. Okay.
Yes, sharper features. So fillers, and then by the way, currently we are offering fillers, buy one get one free. Buy one box get another one box free. So you can do one for nose, one for chin, for lip. Yeah, I forgot. Lips also is quite famous currently. So many customers request for lips volumization.
All right. Okay. But how long should they wait before seeing the result, or is it instant result?
It's instant. If fillers is instant, it's immediate. Yeah.
Oh, so no swollen here and there.
Maybe just a little bit of bruising here and there, but not so much, because the needle that we use is very, very tiny as well.
Right. Okay.
And we also provide what you call anti-bruising cream, so that the patient will bring home, and then for 1 or 2 days it will go away lah. Bruise.
Oh, jadi it makes sense lah tadi bila doktor kata the last 2 weeks ni bila nak raya ni ramai klinik doktor paling penuh.
One go.
Kan?
Sebab tak ada ni, tak lama, dia bukan tak perlu tunggu lama, dia instant result terus nampak.
Yeah, instant. Betul. Another thing yang diorang suka buat, we call it red carpet facial. Red carpet facial ni is called fire and ice facial. This one is kita gabungkan 2 technologies. The fire tu is actually the part of where kita guna ingredients fruit acid, where they akan cause a mild peeling actually to the skin. So this mild peeling akan give immediate glowing to the skin actually, and brightening. Lepas tu then following that is the ice part is actually the moisturization. We're using the hyaluronic, so it will cool down the heaty part, the initial part, and then so your skin it won't get dry, it become moist, glowing, firming, and it's quite immediate. And usually people will do this if there's an event, let's say they do it in the daytime, and nighttime they have event, they can go straight away. They have a very nice skin. Yeah.
Terus instant, terus nampak.
Instant, yes. Immediate glowing. This one is very famous in Beverly Hills. It's called Fire and Ice. So we bring it to Malaysia lah for the client. Sorry.
I feel like
you're okay.
But doctor, but for facials, it's not just for women, right?
Yeah.
Men are slowly adapting to this.
It's increasing in numbers. And what more now, the K-pop culture, right? All the people, men now are towards K-pop culture, so they really groom themselves. They really take care of their skin, their face shape and all. So yes, it's increasing in numbers in my clinic even for men.
Oh, that's good.
Apa prosedur atau treatment yang paling rumit doktor pernah buat?
Okay, to be frank, dalam banyak-banyak thread lift is the most difficult lah. Thread lift, Korean thread lift. Korean thread lift ni basically is to tackle saggy face lah. Because as we age, we tend to lose our collagen, so our mid face especially.
Jatuh.
So we'll have a sagging issue. So we'll have a prominent smile line here, and then sometimes you have this line also at the angle of your mouth. It's called marionette lines, or puppet lines. So how to tackle this? We have to lift up back the skin that's dropped. So we have to use a special thread. It's a barbed wire thread actually. Last time this thread been used for internal surgery, like heart surgery or obstetric surgery. But now this thread has been modified into a barbed wire kind of shape. So it will hook to the skin. So when we pull it, it will bring up all the skin, lift it up. This one really takes experience to do this. Because if you don't have enough experience. If you perform this procedure, you may have a bit of imbalance.
Takutnya.
But how frequent should they come over and have it maintained? Like
for which, it depends on which treatment. Let's say for the thread lift, the result will last up to 1.5 years. And if you're lucky enough, it can last up to 2 years. So you don't have to come very frequent. In other words, around every 2 years only you can do that. Some treatment like fillers for the lips, for the nose, chin, this one plus minus around 1 year. You can repeat back.
I see.
But bear in mind, most of this treatment is, we call it temporary rather than permanent, because scientists have found that if we place permanent things inside our body, it will cause more harm than good. So that's why even when we put thread, it will only last up to 1 year and 1.5 years, then it will dissolve 100%.
Right. Okay.
Oh, okay. Okay, doktor, macam tadi doktor kata macam thread lift memerlukan experience, pengalaman oleh doktor-doktor di luar sana kan. Jadi macam sekarang lah, terlalu banyak tabu cerita yang tak sedap tentang dunia estetik di luar sana. Jadi apa nasihat doktor bagi mereka yang baru ingin berjinak nak mencuba rawatan-rawatan estetik ni?
Okay, first of all, make sure you know the person atau specifically the doctors that's going to deliver the treatment for you. Get to know them, get to know the clinic, see their testimonies, their genuine testimonies, and then how much experience they have. Most importantly, please don't go to do all these doctors' procedures to be done by beauticians. Uncertified beauticians, bogus doctors, because they might cause a lot of complications when they do all sorts of injections. And by law, they are not allowed to do any injections, all these non-medical personnel. So, but as we know, in the papers, in the media, there are lots of, the public still supporting all these non-doctors doing all various sort of medical procedures, which eventually will lead more harm than benefits. We've heard, liposuction done by non-medical personnel and even end up with death. On the table itself, so many cases actually that, and then disfigurement of the face after injecting, instead of normal filler, they inject a silicone on the face. So yes, it's cheap. The price tag is cheap, but please don't just focus on the price tag, because cheap things will also leave you with the cheap results. So be careful on that.
Itulah saya baru nak kata, mungkin mereka ni semua pergi ke beautician yang uncertified beautician mungkin sebab murah, mungkin sebab harga kot, ya.
Yeah, betul.
And I feel like
because of the price.
Yeah, I feel like I'm having a consultation instead of an interview with Dr. Aidil. But thank you so much, Doctor. Unfortunately, we are running out of time. Thank you so much for taking time off your busy schedule and to be with us tonight, to share with our viewers how aesthetic world works and what they need to know. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Elaine. Thank you very much, Aidil.
Terima kasih kepada para penonton di luar sana. Jangan make sure macam doktor kata tadi, jangan pergi ke just because it's cheap does not mean it's good.
Yeah.
True.
Jadi kita kena jaga and make sure we do our research before kita buat any aesthetic treatment di mana-mana sahaja.
Indeed.
Terima kasih, doktor.
Thank you very much again.
Buka puasa.
Okay, selamat berbuka tu. Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Ini bukan mimpi katanya, tapi satulah sayang nyata, bukan juga rasa biasa. Takkan boleh terus begini, ku tak mau terus bermimpi, hanya mau menjadikanmu milikku. Setiap saat yang kau berikan, bagai memetik bintang di langit. Setiap saat kau berikan padaku. Setiap kali kau pergi, separuhku mati. banyak lagi yang kan menanti. Genggam erat tanganku kini misteri. Setiap saat yang kau berikan bagai memetik bintang di langit. Setiap saat kau berikan padaku. Setiap kali kau pergi, separuhku mati. Namun sungguh cinta ini takkan pernah mati. Oh, karena Tuhan saja tahu apa yang baik untuk kau dan aku. 'Cause every time I say goodbye, you say hello. Oh yeah. Kau saja yang selalu aku nantikan, ku doakan. Kau yang selalu aku ceritakan pada Tuhan. Saat dua menjadi satu, moga Tuhan mencurah restu. Setiap kali kau pergi, separuhku mati. Namun sungguh cinta ini takkan pernah mati. Karena Tuhan saja tahu apa yang baik untuk kau dan aku. 'Cause every time I say goodbye, you say hello.
Selamat kembali to the second segment of the Unity Show. Don't we all wish we can just hop on a plane and fly anyway, maybe to Paris right now? There's nothing like eating their croissants, macaroons, pastries while people watching in front of the Eiffel Tower. But since we're in MCO, PK, whatever it is lah, we thought we should bring Paris to you guys. Graduated in medical science from Australia and had his pastry making class in Paris itself. Let's welcome the owner of Marc and Farid, Farid.
Hi. Hello. Hi everyone.
Oh, hari ni dia bukan di Paris, dia di outer space.
Space.
Yeah. I wish I was in Paris actually.
Don't we all?
Don't we all?
Oh God. Okay, Farid. Tanpa membuang masa lagi, I nak tahu, how did you jump from medical science to doing pastries?
Oh well, it's just like well, when I was in Sydney, I worked for a few cafes.
Okay.
But my passion is always in cooking.
Okay.
But then like in Aussie, I saw the MasterChef Australia. Or that time the show was like, it's a big deal in Aussie, and then like where I have minute with the pastry, and just a kebetulan because like I supposed to go to Paris for doing my kind of like training in medical science.
Wow.
And then I end up like go to pastry school.
I imagine macam medical school pastry class. Where should I go? I'll just go here.
Sangat tahu gap tu. Tapi Farid, ada sebab tertentu ke kenapa French pastry? Sebab ikutkan kita ada macam-macam jenis pastries dekat dunia ni.
Correct. Well, I think like actually when I went to Paris, I nak belajar culinary.
Oh, okay.
And then I thought like I'm like a fussy eater. I don't eat a lot of things, so maybe it's not a good idea to learn a culinary. So I decided to learn pastry because I love baking anyway. So
susah baking.
And it's a bit technical, I must say. Like kalau macam kita cooking, like we can like Malay kata like campak-campak, right?
ABC.
Like, for baking, everything has to be precise, and you have to understand like and then I think it's a good thing because I did background in medical science, so I have like scientific knowledge. So when I did baking, it's always related to physics and chemistry. So I can always, adapt my my background to the baking.
Oh, that's interesting. I tak pernah macam tu kan, Elaine?
Yeah, I never thought
Because
of it
you
that
put
way.
so many like ingredients in your
Yeah, like okay,
baking,
this
right?
is
So
15 grams, this is that. So
yeah,
you
and then they
put
got
rice.
acidic, alkaline. So when it's baked, so you know like why the reason you put this and this.
So is
So
it easy for you to create your own recipe to like, okay, I know how to make it fluffy, maybe using this or
I must say it's easier when you have like this kind of background.
oh,
Oh,
wow.
I'm
But
so impressed.
yeah, me too. But
At
when
least you don't really like follow the recipe. At least you know like you follow the recipe, what purpose of adding this
yeah,
and that. So that's
right.
another thing. That's what I
Wow.
learned. Yeah.
And how did Mark and Farid happen in Malaysia? How did it came about?
It was like Mark basically is my business partner and Farid is myself.
Uh-huh.
I went back to Malaysia just like because that time I still in the period where I should continue working in Paris
Yeah.
or I find another opportunity in Malaysia. So I started from home. I just macam suka-suka things. And then I didn't expect like it's overwhelmed from Malaysian, like they love French pastry. So and then end up with having a small shop. And then now we are exploring like if we need like another shop maybe.
Please
You need one in KK.
have another one. Sebab sekarang Mark and Farid sekarang lokasi dia di Kota Kemuning. So mungkin
Yeah, it's a bit far actually.
ya, tolonglah cari yang dekat sikit dengan kami ni.
Okay.
In fact, it's very far from my house. So yeah.
Kenapa Kota Kemuning ya?
I don't know, it's just a random thing. So I've been approached by Gamuda. They wanted like me to open a cafe there, and then like they proposed like this like going. It's a Rimbayu to be exact.
Okay.
It's a new area developments, and then they say like it's going to blooming in the next few years. So I think it's kind of like, yeah, maybe why not?
Why not?
And then yeah.
Lama tak Farid dekat Paris sebelum buat decision untuk pindah balik Malaysia?
In Paris about I think 4 years macam tu, 4 years and a half something.
So 4 years tu memang belajar buat pastries je lah?
Correct, yes.
Wow, okay. Seperti mana yang saya sebutkan, bukan saya sebutkan, seperti mana yang Ilin sebutkan di awal segmen tadi, Farid mempunyai jurusan Sains Perubatan dari Australia. Walaupun tidak berkelulusan dalam bidang perniagaan, you still went for it with Mark and Farid. Jadi apa cabaran yang ditepuhi Farid di awal pembukaan kafe?
Alright, cabaran dia, of course, it's a big challenge. And then like masa I buka tu, the very first year tu is very challenging lah because you don't really think about profit. We just wanted to think about how to sustain your business, how to be in the industry for a long time. And then like to find a staffing is, oh my God, staffing is very critical in Malaysia, you know, especially when people come and go. And then like, that after 1 year too, and pandemic happens, and then the COVID, so even tougher now. But yeah, I think it's a challenge that I have to accept lah. Plus, I think the interest in business is when I did IB, International Baccalaureate, before I fly to Aussie. So I learned a little bit about business and economics. So I think the interest of business come from there.
Ada jugalah daripada situ.
Yeah, correct.
But Farid, do you have, not do you have, like what was or still is your biggest challenge in terms of producing any pastries or cakes? Kah memang senang for you? Everything is easy.
Well, if for me, yes. But then at the end of the day, like I'm not the one who run the kitchen by myself.
Right.
I need a team.
Yeah.
So to ask my team to produce consistently, that's the toughest one.
That's the toughest.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. The quality to be the same each
Correct.
time. Right.
Yes.
Right.
Because I realized that what they learned in their Malaysian university completely like different.
Yeah.
They are not into like very technical. Maybe they're more into
producing. They produce nampak result macam tu je.
They produce, yeah, but then it's not really technical things. Maybe just to complete the course. Or I'm not sure how Malaysian university, but I have to train them again. Yes.
Oh, Apa tu Elaine, kalau because I always watch your story stuff, Farid. So I selalu nak you punya ingredients. Oh my god, Elaine, dia punya ingredients semua daripada Paris, semua daripada merata dunia. And Farid always kata macam you always have problems with the temperature in Malaysia.
Oh yeah.
Correct. They got like, because you know you cannot always produce something exactly the same in France, for example, because we are very humid and hot.
Yeah.
In France, it's very dry, and then like other certain things you have to adapt to Malaysian, our local environment. For example, like macaroon, you know, it's not easy to make macaroon in Malaysia.
No.
You need to control the humidity to be able to rise the shells.
Yeah, like
or even pavlova, the same.
Like for us in Malaysia, we have to keep it maybe in the freezer, not freezer, sorry, in the fridge or
yeah,
AC
even in fridge, your
room.
fridge is to be like dry fridge.
Yeah, lepas tu maybe in Paris, it's like just right there, like openly, you know, like
correct,
guys,
yes.
Anybody?
Yes, exactly, you're right.
Even peti-peti yang Farid ada dekat kedai tu pun macam, alamak, ini ke peti-peti dia, Elaine? Macam, wow. Macam, I tengok kadang apa tu Farid akan macam, kenapa temperature ni macam ni? Kenapa temperature ni? Setiap masa mesti kena baiki peti tu.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's another thing. That's another challenge actually, because like once you're a heavy user, like your equipment always like break down, and then like, you know.
Oh.
And then you have to remind your staff like, oh, you cannot open too long. You have to be very careful with this and that.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, I tak tahu.
Yeah,
especially opening the fridge and to wait for it or whatever. Like, hello, you gotta close it because there are other products in there that needs to be, you know, jangan kacau, you know.
Oh, okay. Okay, selain menjual pastries, biskut, cake, sebelum pandemic, Farid juga buat pastry class di Marc and Farid. So, any plans on organizing more classes di masa depan?
Well, the ideas of when I decided to teach, actually like that's a challenge because I tak cukup duit nak bayar gaji staff and everything. And then I told my staff like, oh, I have to do something to earn more. In fact, like duit kelas tu I tak ambil pun. It's all belong to my company.
Wow.
For the sake of survival, you know. But yes, I do have a lot of requests from people like for the next class. So I'm thinking of maybe after the pandemic, because I always love teaching, you know, to teach Malaysian like why the importance of this ingredient and that ingredient. Because sometimes orang kita macam like Germany, like everything looks brown, dark is a good chocolate. They are very bad in chocolate, for example.
Okay.
Everything looks like chocolate is a good chocolate. Same goes to us, like everything like butter. They don't know how to differentiate between butter, margarine, you know, compound chocolates or any other chocolate. So I think to educate Malaysian, like different ingredients give you different flavors and everything is very important. Otherwise, people will say, oh, kenapa jual mahal? Kenapa orang ni jual murah? Kenapa you cannot follow this and that? Because the ingredient is different.
Even butter.
You can make this. Correct. You can make the same cake with different ingredients.
Elaine needs to go. Elaine, you have to attend the class because I cannot bake. I can't bake for life, but I can cook. Kalau you nak saya masak ayam percik ke sedangkan ke boleh.
Oh, wow, that sounds nice during Ramadan.
Tapi I tak boleh nak bake, but bila I tengok you buat classes to Elaine, you have to do the classes. But Elaine is based in KK right now, Farid.
All right.
So, please do the classes bila Elaine boleh travel balik.
When I can travel, maybe if I have like a weekend off, like.
Are you into baking?
Well, my mom is the baker in the fammy.
All right.
So I grew up watching her, so adalah skill here and there.
All right, you must be very good baker.
No, just
nothing like Farid.
Nothing like Farid. But I'm curious, since you mentioned Ramadan, right? How is business now?
Business now, we are closed our shop because we are focused on the Ramadan Raya cookies.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. At the same time, we still take the custom order.
Oh, so it's like pre-order, custom order, but shop is closed.
Yes. Initially, I just wanted to close my shop for a week, and then like I didn't expect like I will receive so much order for the raya cookies. So end up with I told myself, oh, we have to close shop another week, and then like after second
Another
week we
week.
have to close another week.
Farid, beza tak raya orders last year dengan tahun ni? Because you started selling raya cookies baru kira tahun lepas je kan?
No, actually I started selling raya cookies since 2016 or 17.
Oh, lama.
Yeah, but last year because like my first year with the shop, so
okay.
Yeah.
So
this year is more order than last year. Last year was very slow. Maybe it's the beginning of the pandemic and MCO, so people don't know what's going to happen. Like they don't want to spend or whatever. I don't know. And then now pun we already like tak boleh balik raya and everything. So they already have the experience from the last year. So maybe it's a bit changed.
Farid, actually cannot, because tadi a few times now Farid cakap pasal pandemic. How was it like for you masa pandemic happen? Because you kata the shop baru setahun buka, lepas tu terus
Correct.
So macam how did you grow from pandemic? Macam mana Farid go through that, went through the pandemic sampai sekarang, to maintain, to sustain the business?
All right, I think there's always like pro and cons. Of course, the cons like when you just started and suddenly it's a pandemic and you don't know, you don't have experience. And then when you started the business, you don't have like your cash reserve tu tak banyak. But then like because of the pandemic, I learned a lot of things. I learned how to develop and grow my business, how to, now we're having the delivery, we have a beep, and then like the online shop and everything. And then like, surprisingly, I think during the pandemic, Malaysians are very supportive. The order is even more before the pandemic.
Oh.
Yeah, that's really surprised me.
Alhamdulillah, tapi Farid jangan lupa orang Malaysia suka makan ya.
That's correct. Whatever happened, dia makan je kan.
Betul.
Oh my God. One last question, Farid, before we go. What is your advice for the young and aspiring entrepreneurs out there, especially to those who wish to jump into a niche market in Malaysia like yourself? What advice could you give them?
All right, I think it's very important to have a passion about something. If you're really into it, and then go for it. Because I always wanted to be in the business, to have my own shop, and I always love baking. But of course, in the beginning, it's very tough. But I think it's a journey. You don't see the result within a day or a week, a month. The result that you have to put in yourself is like what's for the next year, for the next 10 years, 5 years and everything. So to have that vision is very important. Never give up, obviously. And then you always have an up and down. So it's a process, to grow.
Pernah tak Farid rasa macam nak give up? Bila bila buat pastries lah, kita buat susah, macam like you said, it's so technical. Tapi bila orang nak beli macam nak campak je pastries ni.
Of course, ada that time like you macam, oh my God, so many things happen, and then like ada satu masa tu like my sales start meet up my break even and everything. But then I always remember tell myself like I've been this far, I started my business all using my savings, no loans, everything. So I work hard in Sydney. I work a few jobs to earn extra money to be able to go to Paris with my own money. So I think because of like I've been trained myself since I was younger, like susah kind of thing. So I think that's give you a strength. Like you have to keep going until you achieve your target and everything.
Betul. Saya setuju. I'm so proud to see where you are now, Farid, because I have been following you for a while now, seeing you grow.
Thank you.
Marc and Farid grow, tengok you punya celoteh pasal peti sejuk, pasal baru, pasal
I always love to share things with my followers,
Okay, I'm gonna follow you after this.
You tengok kadang-kadang pasal vanilla bean pun boleh jadi macam celoteh je. Lah tak habis lagi pasal vanilla bean dia daripada Madagascar.
Well, like during pandemic, like the shortage of supply is very critical, and then the price is increased like a lot.
Yeah. And I like the fact that Farid pun akan cerita juga kenapa dia kena increase harga pastries dia. Sebab dia akan explain, okay, ni harga barang daripada France ni dah sampai, tapi dia naikkan harga. Shipping pun naik, jadi kami terpaksa naikkan harga. So, thank you so much for, coming on the show.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Cerita dengan penonton pada malam ni. Cerita pasal perjalanan Taufik, and Marc and Farid. Kami berharap juga anak-anak muda di luar sana will step out of their comfort zone macam Farid dan tak takut untuk mengejar impian atau cita-cita mereka. Good luck with your raya orders, by the way.
Thank you.
Don't give up. Don't give up,
Yes,
Farid.
that's
Because I need to go.
important.
I need to fly to KL and see you and try your pastries. So don't give up just yet.
I will send you some. Just message me when you are in KL.
Okay.
Thank you
so much, Farid.
All right, thank you.
Selamat malam.
All right, bye-bye.
Okay lah, I rasa by now mungkin penonton dah tahu yang kita ni sebenarnya kaki makan lah, Eileen. Mentang-mentang kita di bulan Ramadan, hari tu pun baru interview Sugar and I. Malam ni pula dengan Marc and Farid.
I think so too, Aini. But it's okay. Food makes us happy, so why not? Right?
I strongly agree. Walaupun Dr. Zanariah dah pesan, makan kena berpada-pada, and we always have to be mindful of what we eat, guys. Jadi jangan lupa, jangan ikut nafsu I dengan Eileen. Kita orang makan je kita orang ni. Baiklah, sedikit rumusan untuk episod malam ini. Untuk segmen pertama, kita bawakan Dr. Aidil Azry, founder of Idealist Clinic and Medispa, dan berbincang tentang kelebihan atau kesan sampingan rawatan estetik. Nak dekat raya ni, Eileen, jadi ramai yang nak kelihatan cantik. Jadi doktor pun ada berkongsi tentang rawatan-rawatan yang ditawarkan di Idealist, bukan sahaja untuk perempuan tapi juga untuk lelaki. Segmen kedua pula, our favourite segment. Sebab bab makan je confirm I dengan Eileen laju. Itu je lah kerja I dengan Eileen. Kita jemput founder of Marc and Farid, untuk berkongsi tentang perjalanan beliau dari jurusan sains perubatan ke bidang pastries. Farid berkongsi tentang cabaran yang dihadapi beliau, and I'm so surprised, Eileen. His biggest challenge is training his staffs.
Yep.
So, jadi anda boleh tonton episod malam ini atau episod-episod sebelum ini di Facebook atau YouTube kami.
Aini, I know that next week is quite a significant week for the Muslims during this Ramadan period. The last 10 days, isn't it? Betul
Yes, betul.
So the Unity team we invited a special someone for everyone, for yourself and for myself as well. Ustaz Mizi Wahid for next week to speak more about Ramadan and the significance of the last 10 days of Ramadan. Raya tak lama lagi ya ini.
Betul tu, Eileen. Jadi jangan lupa untuk tonton episod minggu hadapan bersama Ustaz Mizi Wahid jam 9 malam di platform yang sama. Selamat malam.
Bye. Download our app.
Oh yes.